Oi, mates, and welcome to this extra polite episode of DWN Productions THC Podcast. Yeah, sponsored by Face Custom Shirts here at BOYGOB.com now with 50% more marmalade. Joe, how are you?
Hey Tom, I'm doing all right. What's that you're drinking there, buddy?
Beer.
Mm.
It's an energy drink.
Mm.
Yeah, I thought this stuff tastes all right yesterday or whenever I drank it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Drinking it now, it's like, no, it tastes like an IPA. Yeah, could have been better, but it is what it is. You got anything that went on this week?
I finished up today the Halloween Preservation Festival, and this is their third year doing it. The first year I wasn't there. I was maybe out of town with you. Maybe I don't remember. I was out of town somewhere, and this show was going on at the time. And last year I did the show, and it's always been a sparsely attended show, I would say, but it's something I got to do because it's in my backyard, and the fine people that put it on do me the great service of sending me work quite a bit. But as always, every show that I attend, I try to have a good time, and that's what I did. You know, hung out with a buddy Roop. Roop, thanks for helping me out as always, and uh, and yeah, you know, the good thing about this show is I don't spend any money because there's nothing there that I really want to buy. Because the vendors, nice people, I would say, but it's they're not very curated, I guess. Because like the guy next to me had a bunch of pops. Not necessarily horror pops. Oh, that's a band, I think. But pops like of the Golden Girls or pops of anime people that I don't know, recognize, and probably never will, and stuff like that. People that sell candles or people that sell cups, you know, that sort of thing. And their draw was Doug Jones, the man of 1,000 faces. Nobody calls him, but I do because I guess he's the closest we have to a Lon Chaney. But he had a line all weekend, so that's cool for him, I guess. Old Caroline Williams was there, and she was in a few movies, and she did not have a line all weekend. And I can't remember who else was there. I did fairly well. Sold a lot of books. This books thing is going pretty well for me. you know. Uh, And yeah, so this I believe is the last year they're doing it in Old Texas. They're gonna move to Savannah, Georgia. So I probably will not be attending this show anymore because I don't see myself going to Georgia for anything except maybe to watch the Falcons play or whatever. But in hot Atlanta, uh, yeah, that's about it. I don't think I did anything else but work. I've got surprisingly a good amount of work for this late in the year. Usually I'm already dead and counting my pennies, rolling coins and shit, but I still got work. So the next 2 weeks, next 3 weeks are going to be fairly busy, Tom, as we're leading into this wondrous holiday, which I think is just boring as shit. Thanksgiving, I could not give a fuck about. It's not bad like Christmas, but I just don't get much excitement out of it. Eating. You know, do that every goddamn day.
Well, it's an excuse to drink, too.
Yeah, again, like, yeah. Oh,
Well,
but so at this convention center, which is the same place that they hold Texas Frightmare Weekend, so you've been there. But they only use the third and fourth floor. As I'm looking for a bathroom to destroy, I see they have one that says gender neutral bathroom. I say, hey, what's this all about? Let me go check this out. You know? So I believe this bathroom, maybe a couple of years back, may have just been called the family bathroom. Because it's just a single bathroom and it's got a changing station and all that. But I
Is
guess to
there a
get with
tampon machine?
uh, was there? No, wait, maybe
Hmm.
there was. Um, but yeah, I guess to be with the times, and to show that they're all about acceptance, it is now a trend or a gender gender
You
neutral
son of a bitch. You
bathroom.
fucking bigot.
No,
How
no, but
dare you?
as I was leaving that bathroom after I destroyed it, because I had a lot of coffee, uh,
Did you
in comes
destroy it using your man pussy, as they
um
call it in that
passing
bathroom?
a what I guess who the bathroom is intended for was crossing paths with me to head to that bathroom. I say, hey, good luck, dude, or whatever, you know.
You
Um,
fucking piece of shit.
uh, yeah, not good. But I say these things in jest, Tom. When you say them, you mean them, which is real fucking bad. It's like I shouldn't even
I
be on this
say
show.
him with hate in my heart.
You do, you do. I shouldn't even be on this show with you, man. But I'm trying to change you, Tom. I'm trying to make you a better person. Somebody has to, and we'll get to that later in the show. So, how about you, Tom?
I
Like
mean, at
you,
first, I just wanna thank you for doing your part, because Halloween almost didn't happen this year, Joe.
it didn't. It didn't.
But
I'll tell you
luckily,
this.
you and the Pops guy and the Shape of Water guy, you all came together and saved Halloween
We
after the
did.
fact. So good
So
for
we're
you.
gonna have it again next year, thanks to our efforts, because we've
Maybe.
already forgotten it. As they're getting their turkeys and fucking yams and shit together, their green bean casseroles and all that other bullshit. They've forgotten all about Halloween. You know, uh, and the foyer, I guess, outside the vendor area, they had like a shitload of inflatables, but they had one that was a giant pumpkin, and goddamn, this thing was huge. Like it could have taken up our whole yard. I was like, where the hell did you find that? And like, who has room for that? Maybe you do, Tom. Maybe in your backyard. It's pretty spacious back there.
Did
Hmm.
you get a
But
card?
what? You're breaking up, Tom. You shitty ass internet.
Did you get a card?
A card. A Christmas card? No, I've not received a Christmas card
From
from you.
the inflatable vendors.
No, they weren't selling them. They were just showing them off.
No, 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 you bring it up there, Joe, you some bitch.
Motherfucker.
Oh, fuck. I started burning this tree we had taken down a couple months ago and couldn't really do shit because there was a drought.
Hmm.
So I took the big logs out because I'll just chop those down and use them for like smaller bonfires throughout the summer, or not summer, but winter.
Yeah, because
And
you want to
I
have
lit
a
this.
bonfire in the summer, you dumb fuck.
I
You're
mean, you do
not.
that too.
Yeah, I do. But I drink a
So
lot.
yeah, I fucking lit this thing. Dude, I didn't know that about you.
I'm gonna get a beer right now.
Oh, I've been trying to save Halloween in November and nothing fucking happened. I sold a fucking book. God damn it, I need to drink.
I reconsidered, Tom.
Are you out of beer?
No, there's beer.
Okay.
Beer because I haven't been drinking.
So, mm,
Mm.
so I set this pile on fire, and those flames shot, probably about 20 feet in the air. I was like, you know what? That tree's pretty high, but it is kissing those dead leaves on there. So I have the hose by me, which I always do. So I know I kind of corked it with my thumb there to get a nice pressurized stream to fan these 20-foot flames. So I'm just oh, it's causing a lot of fucking smoke.
Did it?
My
Yeah.
neighbors
Got
were outside. Yeah, my neighbors were outside and they went in. I think they brought their dog in that's always chained up. And I'm just out there. Smoke, 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 smoke. I get it under control and kind of scoop stuff up with my bare hands, which we'll get to later. And just flipping these logs on the pile and doing all that shit, just flipping logs and moving all this brush together so it got to like a manageable thing. And then we had a lot. I was going to say in pounds, but a fucking lot of like sawdust from them grinding down the fucking tree stumps and shit. So I'm like shoveling this shit and flipping these logs and shoveling this shit. I look, oh, I've been doing this for 4 hours. All right, well, this is good enough. And so I go to bed at like 8, and then I wake up and like, oh, maybe I got smoke inhalation. 'Cause it felt like I had a fucking stroke. This whole right side was like all fucked up and I couldn't move it. And then I remembered, yeah, you probably did almost die of smoke inhalation, but you were shoveling shit for like 4 hours, so I
Yeah.
don't think you had a stroke there, fat guy.
Yeah. It's just work, Tom. That's what it's called.
Mm, can't believe it. But yeah, it was a bit worrisome when those flames were popping up and kissing this very tall tree. Pretty much.
Just fucking black smoke.
It was gray.
Grayish. Yeah.
Gray. But yeah, heads up again, because I'm going to say it at the end too. This Wednesday, it'll probably, I don't know, it may start Wednesday, probably Wednesday night. The old DWN Productions Thanksgiving African American Friday sale will be going on. 5 pieces will come out of the vault for that weekend only, and that'll be the only time you can get that shit. And everything else besides that'll be 33% off, as in the masks, bus, and props and all that shit. So if you've been wanting to get something, get on there Wednesday, because who knows if it'll happen next year, Joe.
Mm-hmm. Same here on Wednesday evening because I'm gonna be busy. I think on Thursday, the Fast Custom Shirts Black Exploitation Friday sale will begin, and there is one new shirt that's gonna drop that is not the shirt I had planned on doing, but the one I plan on doing is taking forever. So you'll get this other piece of shit.
Well,
Of
what's it gonna be, Joe? You can tell these fine folks
I can't tell you, but it's
because you don't know.
one that you'll enjoy, Tom, because I know you love this genre of horror. And but you'll see,
Come
peoples.
on, you're not gonna tell the fine folks at Team BOYGOB.
I just threw out two big clues, but some people don't solve Riddler problems questions.
Some
But
people don't speak well either.
yeah. Uh, yeah, so that's gonna start. So all the other black exploitation shirts on the site will be $8 still. Woo! That's a
Get ready
good.
for that Petey Wheatstraw shirt. Is that it, Joe? So if you're a devil's son-in-law, head on over to fastcustomshirts.com.
Says it right over there under Tom. Wait a minute, right over there.
That's right, you got to do it backwards for some reason. So you watch 2 things, is that it?
That's it. Well,
All right. Oh,
also
shit.
watch the Hunger Games a salad of crowbars and croutons or something. But we won't talk about that because there's already a video, a BOYGOB bonus. So you can go into the BOYGOB archives and look under the, I don't know, videos, whatever, and listen to that review.
Shout
As
out to the 13-year-old girls we got at subscribers due to that video. Joe appreciates it.
all 85 of you that have already watched the video, thank you much. I didn't expect that many, so good deal.
Mhm. Joe,
Hey, Tom.
pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting the end of the year, so did a bunch of 2023 and
Yeah, and like me, you seem to be just watching all the garbage of 2023. Not that any gems of 2023, but yeah, enlighten us, Tom, on what you've watched.
you're right, Joe. I did watch a couple Shudder movies.
Mm.
Yeah, it seems like if it's not A24, they're the only ones putting out fucking horror movies. Every fucking horror movie, I say, all right, I'll watch it. Put 'em, and their stupid logo pops up.
Don't forget the Bloom House.
Yeah, that's every so often, but I mean, maybe Halloween was the last, whatever the last Halloween one was. That was the last time I seen that because I don't do a lot of their movies.
Well, I think The Exorcist was. Were they connected to
Yeah, I
the?
didn't see that shit though.
Ex-
You said, Thomas, no, don't go see it. And I said, all right. And then we talked about it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna see that.
Yeah, it's not for you. It wasn't for me either, but that's all right.
Because we're not complete assholes, you see.
Almost, but not complete.
Oh shit. So here's one I think you might have talked about. Suitable flesh.
Maybe. If so, I probably already forgot about it. What's this
This
all about?
is uh this is an HP Lovecraft joint made by the dude who directed Wrong Turn and kinda co-starring Barbara Crampton and starring Heather Graham, maybe.
I don't think I did watch this one.
All right, so old ho, she's a psychiatrist and shit.
Is
And
she
then
wearing
some
like a lab coat?
probably.
Mm. Psychiatrists don't wear those. But anyway,
Yeah, I don't remember a whole lot about this one, Joe. Spoiler alert, that means it wasn't very good. Fuck it. It's just like a body thing. Oh, this old guy's gonna die, so he's using the Necronomicron to transfer his fucking mind or soul into other people's bodies. And who's who? Who is who? Who are you? And goblin. Oh, I'm gonna take you to Miskatonic University. Oh, you're at the Miskatonic Insane Asylum. Ooh, I didn't care for it. Brought to you by Shudder. And then I watched another Shudder movie. What was this one called? Night of the Hunted. This was by the Frenchman who directed the Maniac remake. You ever see that one?
I liked that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Depending on what day you ask me, I'll say, yeah, I like that one better than the original. But it all depends. I'm not saying that today. However, maybe because I just watched this fucking movie. So this lady, she's fucking this guy. Does she work with him? Maybe. But did they go to a convention? Maybe. But they're sharing a hotel room and fucking. So her husband calls her like, "Hey, uh, we got this appointment with a fertility doctor or some shit. Can't wait to see you." All right. And they stop at a gas station for, gas. She walks inside. Motherfucker starts shooting at her like sniper style. So it's all about her being trapped in this fucking gas station with a sniper outside. And oh, why is the sniper doing it? You'll never know, because when it's all over, we don't tell you. So what the fuck is the point?
It's not an Australian sniper, is it, Tom?
No, they talked like us, but it was probably a bunch of blokes and makes just talking with their nasally fucking American accents and shit. But there's a lot of red versus blue fucking going on in between it, like that kind of bullshit. If you can get past that, it's okay for what it is, like a tense little, oh, who's gonna get shot in the head? But like I said, in the end, it's just like, oh, who was it? It's up to you. No, this is a kind of movie where you gotta say who the fuck was it? Because they're trying to say all these things and have a message. But oh no, we're just trying to make you think. Think about what? This is just like surface level shit you see while scrolling through Facebook. Guns is bad. Okay, terrific. Oh, pro abortion. Okay, terrific. I vaccines aren't for me. Oh, terrific. It's just all this surface level. Who gives a shit? And then at the end, was it her husband? Was it some guy mad because she works for a pharmaceutical company? Was it just a crazy guy? You'll never know. Okay, why did I watch this? What was the point?
It's 2023, Tom. That was the point.
Shudder. Thum thum. Thum thum. And then, Joe, I watched another Shudder movie. There was a few of these that took me a while to fucking watch them. So I said, "Oh no, it's Shudder." So I turned it off. Now I just had to loop around to, it's getting the end, and these were movies I wanted to see. So, and I am watching these Shudder movies because so far my favorite horror movie of the year happened to be a Shudder thing. Surprising as fuck. But we'll get to that silly shit in a couple weeks there, Joseph. Anyways, Birth/Rebirth. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this one was on a list to watch, or maybe I have watched it. I don't know.
All right. So a lady's getting ready for work. She's a single mother. Her kid's like, I don't feel good, mommies. And she, oh, you quit it with that shit, bitch. You gonna go to school now?
So this is
Mommies, what?
Triangle. Did you watch that again? That's what this is?
No, this is Birth/Rebirth,
All
you
right.
see. So the mom pawns the sick kid off on the neighbor because she needs to get to work as a nurse because the hospital needs her to help deliver these babies and shit. So she, all right, thanks for watching the kid. I'll bring you back a piece of pie or some shit when I get back. Whatever. Bye. So she goes off to be a nurse. You see her like delivering babies and this shit. She goes to take a piss and she's on her phone. I don't know what she's doing, watching bears dancing or some shit. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, she's fumbling around and the phone falls in the fucking toilet, Joe. And as we know too well, if a phone gets submerged in water, rest in empowerment.
Do you have insurance on the phone?
No.
Ah,
Because she has a nurse's salary, Joe.
she makes good money then.
So she can just buy a new phone.
Right? Yeah.
So her phone's all fucked. She can't use it. And in the meantime, her kid died from this sickness, this very rapid sickness. The kid's dead. The kid's dead. Been to the hospital that she works at and has already been to pathology and shipped away wherever after pathology. So the mom goes down there like, "Hey, pathologist, bitch, what the fuck? Where the fuck my what? What? Where's the kid? You this place might have him. I don't know. She got out of here like an hour ago." So she's fucking goes and talks to wherever Monday because the kid died late Friday and offices are closed on the weekend. So she
True.
goes there Monday and is like, "Hey, where the fuck's my kid?" I don't know. It turns out, Joe, that the kid did die. Like there wasn't any foul play, but the pathologist lady took this kid home to reanimate her because she's been working on experiments, you see, to reanimate the dead. So yeah, this is pretty much fucking Lady Reanimator. I mean, it's not fucking glowing green shit, but it is little fucking fetus juice because she has to go around getting knocked up and having giving like herself abortions and shit so she can suck the fucking reanimator juice out of these fetuses and use that to keep people alive. And it was all right. It's definitely fucking like a toned down girl version of Reanimator, but I'll never watch it again.
Okay.
It won't make a list either way, but compared to the other two I watched, this was the best one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's I'll get to that in a moment. Uh, just your mentality there, because I'm having the same mentality. Well, fuck it, Tom. I watched Creed 3, the third movie in the Creed series, which is connected to the Rocky series, Rocky Balboa. But Creed 3 doesn't feature Sylvester Stallone. And people were kind of upset about that, Tom. First of all, because they want a white guy in there. They don't want to watch something with just all black folk, which that's really fucking racist. Uh,
Can you do
and
me a
second,
favor?
yeah,
For the rest of this review, instead of calling him Creed 3, can you call him Johnny Storm?
no. Um,
Why? Are you one of those guys who were fucking anti him as the Human Torch?
I haven't seen the movie. For all I know, he was good, but I can't.
He was
I can't.
great.
Oh,
That's
I'm
why they
sure,
cast him, Joe.
sure he was. They should get like a Hispanic dude to play Reed Richards.
Hold
But
on
that.
now.
Um. So yeah, but it's also like people are, they want that character in this movie. They want Rocky. It's like the same problem with Hellraiser. They want Pinhead. If Pinhead's not in there, they're pissed. Oh, it needs Pinhead because Pinhead's the whole franchise. Hey, fuck you. Get past that shit. Same thing with this. But they got Michael P. Jordan. P. B. I don't know. But he's directing it. He's in the director's chair. And he's no Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone knows how to direct a movie. He is a fucking writer. He's a pretty smart guy. This movie, like you just said, you watched a bunch of other movies and you thought that last one, hey, it's not bad. I watched this movie, Tom, and I thought, yeah, that's all right. That's pretty good. But it's just, I was thinking that because everything else I've been watching has been shit. Everything else has just been so disappointing. And like this one's like competent, you know? And it's like, wow, that's somebody put a movie together. Uh, so in this one, he's been champion for a while. He retires. It starts out with his last fight, and then like goes forward like maybe a year, and he has a buddy that gets out of prison. That was his childhood friend that's been locked up for 8 years or something. And this guy, he was a boxing phenom when he was younger, Tom, but he got locked up. But all he wants now is his chance to be champion. He gets it. He gets to fight the champion, and wins, of course, and just talking a lot of shit now to Creed 3. And then him and Creed 3 have to fight. They have to get in the ring. And of course, Creed 3 beats him. And yeah, it's one of these movies I thought, yeah, it's not bad. And then you stop and you think more and more about the movie. And it's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They set this whole shit up early on in the movie and never followed through. Hey, wait a minute. They set up this other shit in the movie. There's this whole thing with the guy's daughter being bullied at school, and she's like starting to get aggressive with people in school, but they don't really follow that up. They set it up with this guy that Creed 3 is fighting, his childhood buddy, being, a dirty fighter in the ring. But he doesn't do any of that when they fight at the end. They set all that shit up for nothing. At the beginning of the movie, in Creed 3's first fight of the movie, they show him like analyzing his opponent and finding his weak spot, kind of like Karnak from the Inhumans. And he doesn't do that in the final, climactic fight. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a competent movie, but it might make a list, just because it's slim pickings right now. And I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't make a list, man. I don't know. I just don't fucking know, man. Weird year. Weird year.
Yeah, I've been going back to my list because every time I come across a good one or a bad one, I'll write it down. So I have like an equal number of good and bad movies and shit. I think I have maybe 10 of each.
Oh shit.
So yeah.
I have maybe 2 on the bad list and 4 on the good list so far. And it's just like everything is mediocre, that I'm watching. It's like yeah, that wasn't horrible, but fuck, that wasn't good. So I don't know where to go with a lot of this shit. Strange year for me.
And there's not really a whole hell of a lot more that's coming out. Like usually this would have been the time when like all the big,
The
oh, this
Oscar
one's
prize.
gonna get, yeah. Not really. What, that fucking Flower Moon shit? Was that the one that was supposed to
Yeah, and that's
be
3 and a
the?
half, man. I'm sick of that shit. And I've read that book. So I don't know. Nah, maybe. I'll watch it in pieces. Think it's gonna drop on Apple TV pretty soon. Mm.
Ah, shit. I had something written down for this because I'm a fucking idiot, Joe. But we
And it
already knew that. Yeah. You know what I did?
What did you
As
do, Tom?
a Oh, it's been a long time since I've watched a good old horror anthology. Think I'm gonna think I'm gonna watch a horror anthology.
Did you hit up old Jason and said, "Hey, what you got, Jason? Send me an anthology."
No, I was this one I was looking at around Halloween because it's called Fables for the Witching Hour. And I was like, all right, that sounds like a Halloweeny
No, it
little
doesn't.
horror story. Sure it does.
Fables.
Witching Hour. So, Joe, it starts out with a lady scientist, maybe a local stripper, pornographic actress. I'm not sure. Anyway, she's in one of those, jackets you were talking about earlier. Pretty sure she's up against a green screen and she's on her computer researching fables. And then a little midget scientist walks in.
Hey, I gotta get out of here. I got a hot date tonight, so, don't stay long, 'cause this is a bad part of town, remember? And I don't want you to get, raped or nothing.
God damn, you hate this.
So she fucking bounces on out of there, and old other scientist starts doing her fable researching. I had these written down, like what was what. Let me see. I might have taken a picture because I thought, yeah, I'm never going to remember this. So if I took a picture of my notes, that'll help. But we can just fast forward and say, yeah, it fucking sucked. Pretty sure I already said, yeah, this is the worst one. Yes, okay. So the first Fable, this is a folk horror movie, I should say too, because
Hmm.
fables, right?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. So the first Fable is called Marilyn's Ghost, and it's about a little girl. She sees her parents leaving, and she's excited because it's the first time she's being left home alone, you see. So she goes upstairs and plays dress up, puts on her best clothes and makeup and stuff. And then she's romping around the house. And then some spooky man comes after her. So she's running around. Her parents come home. She gets locked out the house. She's banging on the windows like, hey, the parents don't hear. They're just acting like nothing's, they don't hear anything. And she's not there when we see the parents' point of view, and this spooky guy is going after her. And remember, I said at the beginning, this one was called Marilyn's Ghost because they put titles at the beginning of all of these. So what do you think? What do you think the twist of this is, Joe?
She's the ghost.
Oh my god. How stupid can these fucking people be? Sure, call it Marilyn's Ghost, but don't start it out with the fucking title. What the fuck? And you know what they say, Joe? I always put the best one first.
Hmm.
Fuck. All right. The next one is it's about a crazy guy. Spoiler alert, he's just crazy, probably killed his family. And it's basically just like one guy like acting his ass off. He thinks he's doing just the best job, and this guy just thinks he's the best actor. He's really doing it. And I'm just watching this. I'm just thinking, oh, one of these fucking guys. Man, I bet he just and then I looked this up at, yeah, he wrote, directed, fucking produced this segment, so it was just his little vanity project piece. That one fucking sucked. But again, I already told you this is the worst horror anthology I've ever seen because it's not really horror at all. And
We've
then
seen
we got
these too.
we have, and then we got one called See My Voice, which is like a I'm a little moosh moosh lady, yes. And this is like a foreign Hallmark movie or something. Nothing horror about it at all. A little girl and her dad, like they had a connection with music, and she wanted to grow up to be a singer, and she was a good fucking singer. But then her dad got sick and died, and she was like, I'm not gonna sing anymore. But then she has an epiphany, Joe, and she sings again. And it's just an excuse to have this fucking foreign lady sing her fucking shitty song in this goddamn movie. That is it. Because again, she fucking directed this shit. She starred in it. Oh, hear my moosh moosh, oosh, oosh, oosh. Fucking awful. And there's a thing like special thanks to my moosh moosh reduction coach. Well, I fucking would hate to hear what you sounded like before then, because your accent is thick as fuck, bitch. Thick as fuck. So that one was not good. What else do we got here? Oh, and then we got one called 503. This fucking dickhead's going up to some cripples selling shit in a parking lot. And hey, let me get this game. The guy's like, yeah, right, it'll be $5. And the guy's like, oh, I'll give you $2 and you'll fucking be happy with it, dickbag. So the guy gives him a $5 bill. The guy's waiting for change. Fucking dude swipes something off the table. Guy gives him his change back. Have a nice day, sir. He goes home, plays this fucking shitty video game. He's trapped in this fucking shitty video game. Then the guy on the table knows about it. Sucks a dick. And then we got another one about a video game. Can you believe that shit? They didn't even fucking like put one at the beginning, one at the we'll just put them back to back. We're already sucking all the dicks in the room. Might as well go around and top them off again. And then fucking the scientist lady who's looking up these fables that we were told, you see, she hears a fucking footstep or something. She calls the little miglet and says, oh my god, you need to help me. I hear I'm gonna get R-worded and shit. And then you see the little miglet crawl off a guy and he has 2 vampire bites in his neck. Ooh, this wasn't alluded to or anything earlier. That's why I didn't mention it. They just decided we're just going to throw that in there because nothing else happens. And it turned out it was just the night janitor. Woo! Fables from the crypt. What a piece of shit. And all the quality was just bad, awful, bad. Oh, shit. Uh, I could only recommend this to like people who love watching bad movies and have seen everything else. Just so you can be like, what? What? We're going to start this out with a bang. We're going to give you the twist in the title. How many people had to see this before, all right, discs are ready to go out to production or fucking to upload the file to Amazon? Embargaskin, as Popeye would say, Joe. Embargaskin. And that's also what Paddington had removed when he was a little cub, you see, because he is of the Jewish faith.
Yeah.
He had his embargaskin removed.
Yeah, I guess it.
Thank you. I'm going to drink.
Well, Tom, I watched another film about the fighting world, and this one is based on a true story, another 2023 movie, and this was Cassandro. This is about the wrestler Cassandro, el exótico. Yeah, so this is about a dude that lives in El Paso, lives with his mom. He's a bit effeminate. He crosses the border at night into Mexico so he can go be a luchador, Tom, so he can wrestle and stuff. And his career's not really going anywhere. And so he approaches a young lady that is also a luchadora. And she also has a school where she trains people, just a ring in a backyard, you know, but she's been in the game for a little while. So she provides some training and tells this dude, hey, you should become an exótico. So, Tom, for you and other people who may not know, an exótico.
I know. Come on.
Yeah. Is a wrestler with a gay persona. You know, they're not always really gay in real life, but almost 99% of the time they are. And they are heels in the Mexican wrestling world. You know, there are people that the crowd can yell, you know, hey, you gay F word, you know.
Oh, hey, sorry, I'm a fucking idiot, as we just said. What's a heel there, Joe?
A heel is a bad guy, or in Mexico, rudo, So, uh, so he does it. He said, you know what? I'll create this persona. I'll become Cassandro, but I want to win. I want to be like somebody that the crowd cheers for. And so he does, and starts to get a following and stuff, and starts doing drugs. And he has a secret relationship with another wrestler, but he's got to keep it secret, Tom, because it's a macho world, you know. And yeah, it's just about his rise to fame and him thinking about, how mean his dad was to him, because his dad, was, didn't like the gays and everything. And it's a weird movie, Tom. It's good. It's really good. And the guy with one cool last name, Gael Garcia Bernal, he's excellent in it. He's, a great, great performance. But the movie, like, just highlights of this guy's life, and it doesn't really focus on one thing to make you give a shit about these things that are happening. Like, they show him doing drugs and maybe, being reckless, but doesn't really follow up on that. You know, Shows him, getting upset that he has to hide his relationship with this other guy, but doesn't give you a whole lot about that. Shows his wrestling career, but it's just like little segments. And I guess it's not enough uh, for you to care, really, overall. But again, this movie is good enough that it's gonna make a list as of right now. But I don't know, and it's mainly because of his performance. It's worth a watch. Especially if you know this character. He did come out on I don't remember what American promotion for a while, but I don't know. It's good shit, but again, it's missing something. Mm.
So is Cassandro his working name?
Yeah, I don't remember what his real name is. Sebastian, maybe. I don't know.
So wouldn't he have gotten more heat if he called himself Cassandra?
Yeah, I would think
Doesn't
so.
that make more sense?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he never got anywhere, because he didn't understand the psychology of the business there, Joe.
But he did, Tom. He got to wrestle El Hijo de Santo, which was a big thing,
And he was how old at the time?
I don't know. They didn't, again, they didn't really show a timeline or put dates like, hey, it took this long for this to happen or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm sure dude was way past his prime. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for a long fucking time. He was in the game for quite a while. Maybe he was even on Lucha Underground for a little while too. I'm not sure. That far in. Is he still alive? I think he is still alive, you know. But yeah, I recommend it. If you like wrestling, check it out. Tom wouldn't like it.
Oh,
He's not accepting of that kind of thing.
no, I mean, why the fuck would I watch that when we already have the wrestler? And if it's not better than the wrestler, then why watch it?
I've never seen The Wrestler.
Oh shit! Hey, have you seen the Masked Saint? Because that one's almost better than the wrestler.
Fuck yeah, I have. I have.
Rest in peace, Piper. Love you, miss you.
I've seen all the marbles, and what's the one with the little kid that becomes a champ?
Oh, Russell Madness.
Russell Madness. There you go. The one with the Jack Russell. Fuck yeah. I should watch that again for Christmas.
Oh yeah, there was the WWF movie on Netflix where the little black kid became a superstar.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just call it
that one.
Specify. Oh, the little black kid. Fuck. Okay.
Well, that's what he was.
He was a champ.
How else you gonna describe him to the police?
The champ.
Oh, remember the movie with the beautiful young boy there, Joe?
Oh, see, that's another one of your. That's Tom's working name, the pedophile.
No, it's the beautiful young boy. That's where I would go down to the ring as an exotico, you see. Hey, that means tomato for all you people out there that don't know.
WA
Jesus
for the.
Christ, Joe. How dare you?
Did you watch anything else, Tom?
I did, Joe. I watched another 2023 movie. Can you believe it?
I can.
This one came out at the beginning of the year, and it's been on the top 10 of the best movies as rated by Reddit users of the year. So I said, all right, we're getting to the end of this. I might as well watch this fucking
And
thing finally. As I said, that shit's good. You go to the Reddit movie subreddit and like all the major releases and shit, like just users will go and they'll do 1 to 10 what they thought. So that's an actual, good barometer for what people. I shouldn't say that because their number one movie of the year so far is Spider-Man Spider-Verse 2, and I didn't care for that one too. Hey, click here for that video. No, I'm not going to go back and add that. And don't watch it, the review or the movie. Go watch the first one. Anyways, there, Joe. I watched the 2023 classic Linoleum. Have you heard of it?
I've not heard of this.
All right, Shout Studios. I think I think they're calling themselves Shout Select now. Released it. They released it in theaters, which is fucking weird because they like release Power Ranger DVDs and shit. And now they're putting movies in the movie theaters. So you know who old Jim Gaffigan is, the food comedian?
Yeah, I do.
You got an impression of him? Hey
Now,
Joe, you got an impression?
the fuck yeah, Jim Gaffigan comes on because I don't give a fuck.
I know he's no your boy Sebastian Maniscalco, but they all can't be Joe. Anyways, old Jim Gaffigan stars in this movie, and he's playing like a Bill Nye type. He has a low rent Bill Nye show that he does it out of his garage. So really low rent, and he just turns it into the station, and he has dreams of becoming an astronaut, Joe, because he doesn't want to do this show forever. So one day he's riding his bike to the old mailbox, drops off an application in the mailbox to NASA, and a goddamn car just falls out of the fucking sky. Goes up to the car, there's like a guy hanging out of it that sort of looks like him. What is this? What's happening? So he goes home, tells his family. His family's like, sounds like you're making that up, fat boy. I don't believe it. So next day he goes to the TV studio with the tape of his new show. There's hey, go into the boss's office. And there's that fucking guy who fell out of the sky in his car. The boss is like, hey, this son of a bitch is taking over the show that you created. And you'll still get royalty monies and all that, but fuck you, you're not hosting your own show anymore. Go suck a dick. And then he fucking rides home on his bike. His wife tells him that she's fucking divorcing him. Jesus Christ. So as he's going home, He falls off his fucking bike because that dickhead who took his show almost ran him the fuck over. So now he's late for mashed potatoes and chicken or whatever the fuck white people eat for dinner. As he gets home, there's a bunch of sirens and shit, cop lights at his house. Oh, terrific. A fucking space rocket fell in his yard, Joe. Can you believe this shit? Shit's just falling out of the fucking sky, and now shit fell in his yard. And the police say, fuck you. You're never going home again. This is a crime scene or something? Anyways, hit the bricks, motherfucker. So they have to go stay with the wife, soon to be ex-wife's sister, and she's a real C word, you know. You know.
Damn.
Uh, so what how he says, fuck this. I'm gonna go build this rocket. I don't have anything better to do. This is like a big thing, a big fantastic thing that I can do with my life is build this rocket. Meanwhile, his daughter's falling in love with kid who the kid of the guy who's taken over his show. His wife, as I said, they're on the outs getting a divorce. And the wife's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna steal this shit from this museum that I work at. She works at like some aviation museum because she used to be on his show too, and they had all these big dreams together to do fantastic things with their lives. So they just say, fuck it. They make this thing, and it all culminates with a Halloween party. And the dad, he's a fucking very religious fellow there. And the dot like Jim Gaffigan plays both these fucking guys. And good Jim Gaffigan, he has the daughter. The daughter thinks she's a gay. And the bad Jim Gaffigan, he has a son who he fucking whips. He whips his fucking arms with a rope. And he says, Toby. And his son looks back, Kunta, Kinte. And then he just whips the fuck out of his arms with this fucking rope. And he says, if you ever see that fucking queer again, I'll kill you. And he does. He goes to a Halloween party at her house, you see, because they're together now. So I guess she's not a gay or she's bi. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the fucking dad lives across the street, sees this shit, burns rubber out of his driveway in the car, and tries to fucking run his son over and ends up flipping the car in the yard and dying. So I'm watching this shit and it's like, I mean, this was an all right, nice, coming of age movie about love, conquering and people just finding their way in the world. But I don't get what the fucking deal. And then it all comes together. If you have any interest in watching this movie, turn this off now. And then when you see me hold something up, then you can come back. Because this is like, oh, that's why this movie's fucking awesome. So don't leave right yet. Watch this fucking movie. It's great so far. Sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but there's a new best movie of 2023. All right, now fucking run away and come back when I hold the thing up. But it turns out like you're seeing this dude who has dementia and Alzheimer's on his deathbed, like reliving his life, and because his brain's so fucked up, it's like he's all these different characters. And the son and the daughter, that's really him and his wife. And fucking he's really him, and his dad that they show is really him. It's just because his brain's so broken and fragmented. and you see his wife is an old lady now. She's still with him. They were able to overcome all their problems and they didn't end up getting a divorce. And it's just this guy fucking dying of Alzheimer's and dementia in his deathbed. And you see fucking him like getting wheeled out, going into the ambulance and shit. And like the last part of the movie is them fucking like blasting off in their rocket ship that they made. Whew, I lost it, Joe. I started hot little tearings down my fucking cheek. It just brought me back to because that's how my dad died, and he was just in bed, and the fucking eyes that the guy had, and there's a god damn. It takes a while to get there, but when it fucking gets there, holy shit. Especially since like the third scene's like all Halloween party based, and there's a lot of parallels in this thing with my life and shit. I was just like, it took a while to get there, but goddamn, when it did, it did. And I would highly recommend watching it. So I was just like, all right, this has been out for a minute. Is this on fucking Blu-ray? I got to get that shit. And that's where I found out that fucking Shout Studios or Select whatever released the shit. So I was like, hell yeah. All right, they got the Blu-ray. They only have it on DVD. That's how much they gave a fuck about this great movie, is that they just put it on DVD. So yeah, it was a fucking insta buy. I listened to the commentary track. It was an entertaining, commentary track. I didn't hate it. Kind of informative and shit, but the guy who said shit like, yeah, listening to commentary tracks, I love doing that shit. That's like some of the best shit to learn how to do things out there. I was like, and that's why you made a good movie, motherfucker. That's why so far you made the best movie of 2023. And then there's like a half hour of interviews and shit on there. But for a movie like this is all you really need. Highly, highly fucking recommended. I almost want to recommend it to you, even though you already know what happens, because I kind of got Brigsby Bear vibes from it, even though it's not that kind of movie. It feels like that kind of movie, if that makes sense. But it was pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good. Almost great. But if the first hour I wasn't thinking, why the fuck is everyone saying this is so good? Like if I was just like, yeah, this is pretty good the whole time, then it would have been great. But I would say a solid fucking 9 out of 10.
Well, unfortunately, Tom, you're not selling it. By saying it's got parallel to your lives. I know you. I mean, I don't want to watch a movie about you. Fuck that. You know. But I'm
No,
glad you
it's
love.
not. It's just you see things that happen and be like, oh, yeah. It's just good to know that you're not as sad of a person as you like to pretend you are.
All right.
So that's good. So did you watch anything else?
No.
Well, Joe, I did. I watched the William Friedkin classic, The Guardian. Have you heard of this?
I want to say I've seen it, but I don't remember it. So, because the poster is incredibly familiar, but enlighten me, Tom. Maybe something will spark some memories.
This one's about a druid or a witch lady or an exotico who likes to steal babies and throw them at a tree so the tree will absorb it. And then she'll fuck the tree or something. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's some wolves there. And that's about it.
Hmm.
There's about 2 good scenes in there with some wacky tree action, but beyond that, it's this lady's stealing babies because she's a tree or she wants to fuck a tree or something. Can't win them all, Mr. Friedkin. Can't win them all. Like the two scenes that are fucking funny as shit in here are really fucking funny and entertaining. So if you can like YouTube the Guardian tree scenes or something, do that because that's worth watching. But sitting through this whole fucking thing, I don't know. And there's like a upskirt thing where the dude's like, oh shit, oh Christ, because she has like tree bark growing on her snatch or some shit. Because she's a fucking tree demon or something you see. And come on down to the huge for Christmas market and stick your fit in my box and pull this out because it'll be in there. I don't want. And I guess the internet don't want it either. So we'll move on. Sorry, the Guardian. Fuck you. That's the internet saying. Move on now. Luckily, we're able to edit this. So just give it a minute, wait for it to come back. And it will. I'm just waiting for the green light to come back on, and then we'll go to the next one. Fucking hell. Anyways, you can go to dwnproductions.net if you hear me and check out that Thanksgiving sale. That should be starting sometime Wednesday night. 33% off masks plus props, not custom work, and not the pieces that I'm bringing on the vault. But it'll be your only chance to get them this year. So if you want it, I'll get them. And I fucking... Damn, Joe, I'm sure I'm about to fucking pop away. But then I fucking knew it. That's right. We'll go back and say, hey, fastcustomshirts.com too. You like t-shirts, you probably like them fast. And why wouldn't you? Because he ships them fast. Hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs. Most for about $12, $15 if you're a big fat. But hey, a big fat guy, that means you're looking forward to Thanksgiving. And to that, I would say, don't look forward to such fucking things. And you probably wouldn't be such a big fucking fat guy. What do you say about that? He's frozen.
Oh.
Fuck no. Oh, Christ almighty.
Tom's gone AI. Yep. You're right, Mr. Taff. Oh, Tom has gone entirely now. And can you guys still hear me out there? Because I've always wondered, because Tom is the one that sets this up, and he it's controlled by his computer system. So when he blacks out like that, I don't know that I'm still being recorded, or if I'm just here. Oh shit, I'm by myself now. Look at all this room I got. Look at all this fucking elbow room. This is great. But I may just be talking for no goddamn reason because it may not be recording. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, no, we'll see. I mean, yeah, hopefully. Anyway, what can I say? What else have I been watching or reading or whatever? I'm watching I don't know. I'm about to start watching some bullshit. And I don't even like Godzilla, but there's this show on Apple called Monarch. And I guess it's about the fucking Godzillas and Mothras and the Ghidorahs and fucking big ass turtles, the Gamras and stuff. But it's got Kurt Russell in it. So I'm going to give that a shot. Maybe I'll do like Tom and do like an episode breakdown each week, as the episodes are released. I think maybe one or two of them's already out. I don't know. I'll give that bullshit a shot. What the fuck else have I been reading? Oh, okay, so I've been reading this Batman 0 Year. And again, yet again, they're doing, oh, this was Batman's first year, and these are some of the troubles he had in his first year. And everybody says, like, Scott Snyder, man, he's the dude. He should have been. This dude sucks. This is not fucking good. Greg Capullo is a good artist, but who gives a shit if the story is just garbage? And I'm not liking anything this guy has written for Batman so far. So the hell with that. Other than that, I'm reading the second volume of Gideon Falls. Jeff Lemire, I don't know if that's how you say his name because he's Canadian or whatever. When this guy is writing his own shit, it's awesome, but when he is writing for like DC or Marvel, it's a piece of shit, but his own stuff is good. And looks like Tom is back. And yeah, Jake, Batman Year One, the Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli, whatever, with his stupid Italian name, that shit was good. Still. But Tom's back, y'all. Look at that. He's got the whole perspective looking at him. Still sounding like shit, though. Still fucked. I don't know. I don't know what's it. That's what happens when you live in the sticks, man. By an old river.
This doesn't sound good at all.
No, actually, that sounds much better.
Does it really?
Yeah, sing something so we can see if it.
Well, it goes on and on and on. It's heaven and hell.
Sounded better, Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, hey, I'm back here. Let's see what this happens. Let's see what happens when I do this.
You in the mask hole?
Oh, those wheels are still spinning.
Okay. I don't know what to tell
you. Well, if we're fine here, then we're fine here, Joe.
Okay. All right. So, Tom, this is
the Joe
that everybody's been waiting for. You selected the next batch of movies that we're watching, and yeah. Tell us, Tom, what are we watching, and tell us the plot of this film.
All right, Joe. Well, I picked the good old Paddington movies because I figured, well, fucking Belly's not horror, so I'm going to seize this opportunity to do something not horror as well. So I picked old Paddington. Man, this sucks a dick.
I know, but give us the plot first before.
All right. So Paddington. This is the story of a Peruvian immigrant coming to London in search of a new life. It starts out with it starts out with a film reel. Some dickheads exploring Peru, and he comes across these very rare bears. Why are they very rare? They don't really say. Maybe it's because they learn quickly. Not really sure. So we see like this black and white 1920s, 1930s, somewhere around their film reel. Kind of talking like this, blah, 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 blah. So then we cut however many years in the future. We're now in color and SpectraVision. And we see the bears in their natural habitat. They got a tree house and shit. This little bear's running all around and doing little bear shit. And today, Joe, is Marmalade Day, which that means it's the harvest day. So they're harvesting all these oranges so they can make marmalade because that's something that the traveler, whatever, taught them to do. And they have a great day as a family making this fucking marmalade. And they're all about to go to sleep when a fucking earthquake happens. And since they live in a tree house, that's not a great place to be. So they fucking get down out of the trees and start running. And then the fucking uncle, I guess, Pastuzo, he stops and says, "Wait a minute. We live in the forest with all these giant trees. This is an even worse place to be." And right then, a fucking tree falls down and kills the fucking guy. So, what Paddington and his Aunt Lucy.
Oh shit. That's Tom's. So what happens is old Paddington and Lucy, they're figuring out, well, what the hell? What are we gonna do? And she says, well, I'll tell you what you're gonna do, young Paddington. You're gonna go off to merry old England. Let me throw you on a boat and send you to England. And all you gotta do is ask somebody there to take you in. You know, this is the way they did it during their war. You know, if you wear this tag around your neck, somebody will take you in. Paddington says, all right, good enough. You know, she sends him with a bunch of marmalade, you know, and he eats fucking most of it on the boat trip. I don't know how long, might have taken a while. But anyway, and he's at the subway, you know, and I don't.
This is fucked.
Yeah, Tom, that's fucked. So he's there, you know, subway, and Tom, take it away from there.
I don't.
He's talked to Britain, you know, trying to, hey, I'm, you know, a bear, you know, but everybody's ignoring him until a family walks by. Oh, you, Tom, take it away, you fucking bear loving fuck. So the family, you know, after some hooing and hawing, the mom says, yeah, we're gonna take him in. You know, that's what we do. You know, we're good people. Let's take him in. And they do. They take him back home. What's Paddington do? Just, and well, we gotta help you find, you know, your people, Paddington. And so they're but he's obviously dead by now because, you know, it's been a long time since it was the 20s. So I guess the bears didn't age that much. I don't know. But meanwhile, we got this lady doctor person, and she's saying, you know, oh, I got to chase after this Paddington so I can restore my family name. And she's played by, I don't remember her name, the Australian actress, the only Australian
Sally
actress,
Hawkins.
yes, that we know. And yeah, that's it. That's what the movie's about. They're trying to find these people, and he's eating marmalade, and he makes some messes here and there, and the family learns like, hey, we want to get rid of him, but no, we actually love Paddington, and like, let's keep Paddington. They stop the lady from turning Paddington into a museum exhibit, which is what she wanted to do, and yeah, everybody lives happily ever after, and yeah. Right, Tom?
Oh, this movie is terrific, Joe. It is a nice family film. I think all the jokes work, but as you know, I like my comedy very, very dry. I think everybody was fucking great in it. The dude who played the dad, Mr. Brown, I think he was spot on with fucking all of his shit. Like little subtle shit, like when Paddington's in the bathroom whacking off and he sticks those toothbrushes in his ears and he blows a load of cum and then he pulls them out of his ears and they're all dripping earwax and shit. And then he's thinking, wonder what this tastes like. But instead of him just like tasting it, he looks behind him just to make sure nobody's gonna see him do it. Little shit like that's fucking great. And the scene when the family's like gathered together and they're watching that old film reel that we saw at the beginning of the movie, and you see Paddington being like transported out of it, walking towards the projector and like going into the movie, and then everything turning into color, like him remembering the homeland and shit. That is fucking great shit right there. Excellent visual storytelling. And like him going door to door looking for the traveler or whatever, how they did it with the time lapsed video of the skyline and shit with the people's names coming up and the shit getting scratched off. That was good shit. Um, I think the whole scene when they're in the Travelers Guild's great. That goofy fuck trying to bang the guy in the dress. That was funny. I think all the shit's fucking great. It was so beautiful and it was shot so well. Can you believe it? All the colors they chose to use. And you love calypso music. There was some of that in there, a Greek calypso chorus. I've never heard of that shit before, but it was in there. I love London, or whatever the fuck he was saying. London's the place for me. Or whatever the fuck that song was. Terrific. Fucking terrific. What else could I say good about this movie? Oh, everything.
All right. So, Tom, were you a Paddington fan as a child? Did you, like have Paddington books and I don't know what kind of merch Paddington had, but you have some of that shit?
I do. I don't know if you could see. Oh, there you can see, kinda. There's a
Yeah.
Paddington in the background.
Did you grow up as a child loving Paddington?
I did, but not because of the books, because those are for fucking nerds. I watched the TV show. It was a stop motion TV show where like Paddington was stop motion, and then all the other characters were like motion comic-esque, but it was all like that scribble Paddington art and shit. I thought that was just fucking sweet because of the stop motion thing.
Okay, because I didn't know anybody that liked Paddington as a kid. Not one fucking person. And I didn't know much about Paddington. I would confuse him with that other shitty bear, Corduroy. It's the same fucking thing. So I had no desire to see this movie. But, in keeping with the show, Tom selected it. And let me say, Tom, I'm glad you find something that warms your heart, that brings you joy. And, because you try to come off of this, grumpy fuck, and I can see the parallels that you have with Corduroy, big fucking messy eater that just eats real fucking quick, food going all over the place except their fucking mouth hole, dumpy body and shit, like fucking loose clothing and stuff, a hat, always wearing a fucking hat, yeah, all that. And I'm glad for you, Tom, but god damn, this movie is fucking tedious, boring as shit. And this is a fucking kids movie. A kids movie.
It's a family film.
Age. No, this is a bullshit, Tom. This is fucking dull. like God, something gonna happen in this shit? Oh, he stuck shit in his ears. Ha 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 ha.
At least you found it funny.
Yeah, he made another mess. Wow. He's this chick's after him. Oh, this other guy fell in love with the fucking doctor or something.
What?
Like, it's just sucks, man. It's but I'm glad for you, Tom. You have this.
Well, I'm sure you being you started liking it when they started drinking.
With
you didn't expect them to kill a couple bottles in a children's movie there, did you? So that was good. The old bird getting toasted.
Yeah, I mean, so you got this, you got Jim Gaffigan, there's shit that, that gets that you right there, gets you right there, Tom. And it's good, man. You need that outlet, because you bottle shit up, Tom. Dude, you bottle you start hitting that clay real hard, when all you need sometimes, Tom, is a good fucking cry.
You know what you need?
0 stars in this fucking movie. So not watch this.
You need a hard stare.
You know what? If you are taking care of like your sister's kid or something for the night because she's out being a hoe, and you just don't like this kid, just put on fucking Paddington. Take this, you fuck.
Oh, if this had a witch, a naked lady you can oogle in a minority to mock, I'm sure you would love it, Joe. But
That's not a
unfortunately, this is a warm, kind-hearted movie that just couldn't get through to your stone-cold heart. I'm sorry you got molested in that fucking theater when you went to see Empire Strikes Back and your love for everything just died, Joe.
I
I
like
just
how
wish.
you're no longer focused on Paddington because you have no defense for this movie. There is no defense for this movie.
I
It's
mean,
just
the movie's great.
no, it's not. It is
It
not.
is.
I'm glad you like it, Tom. I really am. You know, I'm glad for you. You know, like
Well, I thank you for that.
you're
And I'll
upset.
just let you know, Joe, that a couple years ago, Corey came over, and you know what we did? We watched Paddington.
What's
And you know
wrong,
what he did? Fell
Paddington?
asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great being a soulless person like you. I could understand. Like I said, I can't say that because there was. I was going to say, hey, there wasn't a black guy in there you could make fun of. But there was. And when I sang like him, you giggled a bit. So that proves a point, I guess. Old Calypso Pete or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah.
Calypso Pete and the Getting Greeked band.
You're you are now in the minority by being one of the only persons that likes this movie. This is just, yeah, not good, Tom. Not good.
I mean, you say that, but they made a sequel. So how could it not be good, Joe? There aren't any bad movies that have sequels.
Belly too.
Oh, it is a great fucking movie. Excellent, I would say. Very well made and beautifully shot.
Join us next week when we're going to discuss Paddington 2, the Billionaire Bears Club. Not looking
Remember
forward
that one?
to what is probably going to be the same fucking shit. Yeah.
Everyone says they like this one better, and for fucking years and years, this was like the highest rated movie. So we'll see. Maybe this one will win you over. It is in prison, so you'll like that. Mind you of the good old days. I have a couple Paddington cups, and I was thinking of using one for the review just to nonchalantly do that. But you know, they're up in like a display type case,
I'm
and I
surprised
didn't want to.
for jelly. You know?
Marmalade, you prick!
Jelly.
Delicious marmalade. Oh, I can't wait to edit this one. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. Hey, Joe, I read Spider-Man.
Sorry.
Yeah, something about the dragons.
Spider-Man 184. Aunt May's still in the heart attack section of the hospital, suffering 2 of those fuckers. Mary Jane still said no. Hey, but Betty Brant's back, and she wants to fuck Peter Parker. She's still married, but she decided, hey, I'm gonna leave Ned Leeds, and I'm gonna fuck Peter Parker, and then some Asian guy is in Peter Parker's graduating classes. Peter Parker decides to go talk to him, and that dude takes a swing at Peter Parker, and he's being hunted by the Chinese mafia or something. They said, hey, you got to pick a gang to join. No, I'm not going to. And some guy with a ridiculous costume pops up, and he's blowing smoke from his forehead and fire from his forehead or some shit. And it's stupid. It sucked. Another shitty issue of Spider-Man's. But hey, Tom, you like
Uh,
lists, right?
I was just trying to go back to the thing and see if I can make it any better, but this episode's fucked.
Yeah. Uh, so this time I picked movies with a shape in their title. And, well, fuck, let me just get to it. Okay. At number 5, I have the Chuck Norris classic, The Octagon, because the octagon is a shape, you see.
I do. Joe, my number 5 is Spookly, the Scared Pumpkin, because pumpkin is a shape, you see.
You suck at these. And this is fucking, your gimmick. This Super Nintendo Zach, yes. 2 Toms, 1 Paddington T. That sounds like a 2 girls in 1 cup kind of variation. We'll see. We'll see what Tom does with that. At number 4, have the movie we discussed last week, Triangle. Thought about this over the week. The more I like it, and I want to again because she's in hell, Tom. She's in hell for being an abusive mother. And that's her hell having to repeat all this shit. Good shit, man.
I thought she was in Bermuda.
Well, what did I say? Hell, yes.
Well, my number 4 stars Paddington's mom whacking off in a bathtub, Joe. Speaking of which, it also stars the man of 1,000 faces, Doug Jones, and that is The Shape of Water.
Oh, that was Paddington's mom, that weird looking chick. At number 3, I have Circle of Iron, starring David Carradine in 3 different roles. It's a weird movie. I need to watch it again. I wonder if I think I do have it on DVD somewhere. I'll do David Carradine movies next. We'll see.
Well, at least we won't have any repetitive jokes. My number 3 is basketball, because a ball is a sphere, and a sphere is a shape.
Yeah, you're right. And they are also round. And that brings me to number 2, the card play-in game, Rounders. Good movie. And round, you see, is a shape.
Oh, shit. That was my number 2. So my number 3 is The Thing. Terror Takes Shape, a documentary about John Carpenter's The Thing. It's pretty good. Would recommend. It's a feature-length documentary, you see.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. At number 1, I have Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. Yes, Ricardo Montalban classic. Great movie. And Star is a shape. Ricardo Montalban is one of our greatest exoticos. And it's a great movie.
Well, Joe, my number 1 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre Squared, or as you know it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Because square is a shape and squared is past tense, you see. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, tune in next week when we get to count down another great list. And this one will feature our favorite, very special episodes.
We've done this before too.
Have we?
Yep.
Holy shit. All right, I'll think of something else then. I thought that one was going to be pretty good. God damn it. This is the worst fucking episode ever. Head on over to DWN Production. And now I got to figure out how to end this shit because I'm on two separate things. Oh, shit. Hey, man, I hope all of you have just a great Thanksgiving. As Joe would say, if you celebrate, don't want to offend. So,
Enjoy.
hey, everybody.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a good time, whether you celebrate that shit or not. Just fucking do whatever, get high. But a lot of people do that on Thanksgiving. I don't. I'm a teetotal. Yeah. Hey, but go to dwnsproductions.net and check out the plethora of items Tom has for sale. And check it out Thursday morning. First thing you do before you start, cooking the turkey up or making your green bean casserole or whatnot, or buttering up those carrots. Get on Tom's website, check it out, because he'll have that sale going in full effect, as they say, or as Tom would say. And then go to fastcustomshirts.com. Check out the sale I got going on. All those blaxploitation sales. Shirts are going to be on sale. Whatever. Enjoy, folks. BOYGOB.